people like Star Carter face every single day in the real world America. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Riley K. Jones. I'm a writer, teacher, and author tuber, and today we are going to be doing another book review. Last month's book was The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas, and this book was wow. So it's been on my to be read list for over a year. I saw it in a bookstore like way back in January 2020, and I was just like, I want to read that book. But it had been a while before I was able to purchase it and then actually get to it and read through it, because my TBR list is always like forever pages long. So I got to reading it and I loved it so much. Just a few quick things about my initial thoughts of this book. So it is contemporary, and I don't normally go for just contemporary. Normally I go for like contemporary romance or like a mystery thriller book. I'm not normally one to just grab contemporary, or I go for more like kind of fantasy style, like Percy Jackson, Harry Potter, like things like that I'm really into. Not all the time just contemporary. But this book, oh my word, there's a reason why it's been such a hot topic book and a bestseller for so long. It is just so well done. Like, I was invested from the beginning. The voice and all the characters, and it's like not just the main characters whose name is Star Carter. It's not just her voice that really captures you, but it's also her family that captures your heart. And I just felt like she did a wonderful job just sucking you into the world, but knowing that this is a problem that people like Star Carter face every single day in the real world America. So just a little bit about the book. So 16-year-old Star Carter moves between two different worlds. She has her poor, black, African-American neighborhood in Garden Heights, and then she also attends school at the fancy suburban prep school, and she's like one of the minorities that actually attends that school. And you really see this dichotomy between her as she's struggling to figure out who she is as an individual, because at fancy prep school she's acts one way, and then when she's in the ghetto, as she describes it, a completely different way. So trying to figure out how to balance her life between those two worlds. And then the very beginning, she witnesses her childhood friend get murdered by a white police officer. So and the friend that was murdered was being called a drug dealer and like this horrible thug and like all these things, and she's like, that's not the person that I know. And so she's struggling between wanting to speak out versus not being heard and not knowing what to do.
For the next 7 hours, I don't have to talk about 115. I don't have to think about Kali. I just have to be normal Star and normal Williamson and have a normal day. That means flipping a switch in my brain so I'm a Williamson Star. Williamson Star doesn't use slang. If a rapper would say it, she doesn't say it, even if her white friends do. Slang makes them cool. Slang makes her hood. Williamson Star holds her tongue when people piss her off, so nobody will think she's the angry black girl. Williamson Star is approachable. No stank eyes, side eyes, none of that. Williamson Star is non-confrontational. Basically, Williamson Star doesn't give anyone a reason to call her ghetto.
And then that kind of sets off the little balance of between both worlds that she has going on when those worlds start to mix, and she is struggling through that as an individual, and also what her friend's death means to her, and as well as the injustice that her and her family and her community face by police brutality, but also with racism on not just from the police, but like a lot of issues that she's struggling with. And it was truly eye-opening to see some of that, to really see on the page that dichotomy, because as you can see, I'm a white female. I did not have these same struggles as Star did. Although I have Black family who are blood related to me, and although I had Black friends growing up, it was truly an experience to really live that mentality, to live in Star's mind and her worldview and her mindset and the struggles that she faces.
Hey y'all. So, editing Riley here. I just wanted to throw in the clip that I was editing, and I wanted to explain myself a little bit further. Although I had all those Black family connections and friends, they would always say things to me like, "Oh, you just don't understand because you're white." And I was just like, I didn't understand. And it's true, I didn't understand. Even though I tried to understand and I listened to understand, but reading the book really helped me see what they meant because I was living it through Star Carter's eyes and her perspective.
So it was really fascinating and I really loved it for those purposes. It is a book that I think that a lot of people should read. I would say though, for age-wise, probably, I mean, I've seen some of my middle schoolers reading it and I think that's fine. But if you are a parent out there and you're looking for a book for your child, I would say this is more of a ninth grade and up book because there is a lot of language involved and also some sexual tensions and sexual pressure for Star. So some of the themes are a little bit older for younger readers, but it is a book I think that a lot of people should read, especially if you don't come from that kind of a community or that kind of struggle in life, to really see how these people do struggle. Like, this is reality for a lot of people. And any parents out there looking for a book similar to this, that kind of message and the talking about the injustices, Roll Thunder Hear My Cry is a great book for that middle age group. I teach it in 6th grade. Like, it is great for that kind of age group as a parent for younger children. To me, this book and like Roll Thunder Hear My Cry, those are the two books that I highly recommend. But I'm thankful that she wrote this book because it is so powerful, and I'm just excited. There is a film that I do want to watch the film version of this as well. It came out, I think, in 2018, and I do want to catch that sometime soon. But if you have not read The Hate You Give, I highly recommend it. It is fantastic. I mean, if you haven't heard of this book, where have you been? It has been talked about quite a bit, and for good reason. So if you're looking for a read to especially understand and appreciate African American culture, or even to understand the why Black Lives Matter movement is a movement still in America, if you're one of those wondering why that movement is important in America, and although like I support police, like I do support them, I'm just gonna throw that out there on this channel, there are still issues in our society as a whole, and it's not just police brutality, but racism as a whole is still prevalent in our society. And so we really need to be aware. And if you're saying, I don't see that, read this book and then read up on some of these individuals like George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and Micaiah Brandt, and way too many other African Americans and peoples of the minority that are killed because of race prejudice and racial stereotypes, and because people are hateful and mean to other people. So although I don't think that the world as a whole is that way, there are still issues in our society. And this channel is not meant to be a place for hatred and a place for even debate on those topics. This is a channel that is for reading and writing tips and tricks, but I just wanted to let you guys know of this book and why it's so important in our society. Let me know in the comments below, what is your favorite book written by a minority author about real world issues that you would like to share in the comment section down below for us to all just read and understand other people's perspectives and walk a day in their shoes so we can all better understand each other and help to support each other. If you like this video, please make sure to give this video a nice big thumbs up, and if you haven't already, click subscribe. I release new videos on all things writing and reading every Thursday. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Keep writing, keep reading, and stay creative. Bye! And today's last month's book, last month's book was